Imagine a world where the biggest rocket company, SpaceX, doesn't just launch satellites or ferry people, it hosts whole data centers in orbit. Cathie Wood says the math for space data centers could be $1 trillion runway. If that becomes real, the market won't just reward the rocket makers, it will pay handsomely for the picks and shovels, the cooling, packaging, and ruggedized gear that make orbital compute possible. That's where Bitmine Immersion Technologies, Bmnr, an immersion cooling and Ethereum treasury company, enters the story. ARK Invest quietly accumulating Bmnr, staking ETH at scale, and a vision for on-orbit compute creates a narrative intersection with huge optionality. The trillion-dollar catalyst, Cathie Wood's 2026 outlook. Cathie Wood and ARK Invest have talked publicly about massive secular opportunities emerging from AI, robotics, and infrastructure. In recent commentary and outlook pieces, ARK has highlighted that data center investment has exploded and that newer frontiers, including orbital compute and service layers above Earth, are plausible multi-hundred billion to trillion-dollar markets in time. The idea, if you can put hyperscale compute into orbit, solar power plus near-constant sunlight plus cooling options, you unlock a new topology of cloud services. ARK's public research and related market commentary frame the thesis. Other reporters and analyst write-ups have captured her view that SpaceX and similar players could be among the first trillion-dollar companies catalyzed by such moves. The headline isn't, "Cathie loves rockets." The more precise angle is, if space data centers scale, the suppliers who enable them, cooling, vibration handling, packaging, become critical infrastructure winners, and that's what Cathie's research wants you to spot early. Why data centers in space is suddenly a thing, the driver. Why would anyone put bytes into orbit? Abundant solar power. No clouds, 24/7 sunlight windows depending on orbit and design, potentially cheaper marginal energy for compute if harvested efficiently. Reuters, Business Insider, and other outlets have reported major space and cloud players investigating orbital compute. Reduced land and water constraints. Earth-based hyperscale sites compete for water and grid capacity. Moving compute off-planet avoids terrestrial constraints. Latency and global reach for specific workloads. For some satellite-based or cross-border AI workloads, e.g., data ingestion at the edge, proximity to space-based networks, Starlink, etc., could offer new architectures. Strategic diversification. Big tech wants to diversify infrastructure risk and explore asymmetric advantages, solar/thermal regimes unique to space. But the headline reason matters less than the engineering hurdles, and those are where Bmnr's moat claim fits. By the way, if you are getting value from this video so far and want more like this, please like the video, it means much to us, and hit the subscribe button, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The engineering problem. Why regular tech fails in space. You can't take a data center rack and drop it into a Falcon 9 payload fairing and expect it to sing. 3 physics facts make this hard. Terrestrial servers exhaust heat with fans and air movers. In vacuum, there's no convection to carry heat away. Conventional air cooling becomes useless. You need a thermal architecture that transfers heat without relying on moving air. That's why conduction and liquid loops become the critical options. Extreme heat transfer needs. High-density AI chips produce huge wattage per rack. In space, you must dump that heat to radiators via conduction or pumped loops, and radiator area, orientation, and mass all cost launch dollars. The efficiency of the primary heat transfer mediums becomes an economic lever. Launch stress and vibration. Rocket launches subject hardware to high G loads, vibration, acoustics, and shock. Delicate server components and connectors are designed for racked, room temperature, low vibration environments, not 7+ Gs and pyroshock. Any solution that mitigates shock and preserves hardware integrity during ascent is a must. Put together, space data centers need cooling that works in 0G, is vibration tolerant, mass efficient, and capable of moving heat to radiators reliably. Conventional servers aren't optimized for that. That's the engineering wedge. The solution, why immersion cooling matters, and where Bmnr claims the edge. Enter immersion cooling, and Bitmine's pitch. Immersion cooling basics, quick explainer. Immersion cooling submerges servers, or bear cards, in specialized dielectric liquids that don't conduct electricity but transfer heat extremely well. The chip's heat goes directly into the liquid, which can then be pumped through a radiator loop or thermoelectric exchanger. Why that helps in space? No air needed. Heat transfer occurs by conduction and convection within the liquid, which works equally well in microgravity, because microgravity doesn't stop heat diffusion or conductive transfer in a contained fluid and specially designed flow systems. Vibration damping. The dielectric liquid cushions and supports components, damping shocks and reducing mechanical stresses during launch. Think of it as a jello-lined shipping crate for delicate electronics. Higher density. Because thermal constraints ease, you can pack more compute per unit volume, crucial when per kilogram launch costs dominate economics. Bitmine's core business feature set is immersion cooling for high-density mining and compute, a natural technological fit for orbital hosting if you accept the zero-G and ruggedization narratives. Several industry articles and Bitmine statements position immersion cooling as central to their value proposition. Normal servers in space are like trying to bake a cake inside a rainstorm without an oven. Immersion cooling is the pressure cooker that protects and transfers heat safely. According to PR filings and coverage, ARK acquired approximately $182 million of Bmnr common shares in 2025 across multiple funds, representing several million shares bought. That's a material, visible stake and implies research conviction rather than a token position. Pair that with ARK's publicly stated themes, large increases in data center capital spend, frontier tech, and the potential for space-based compute, and you have a coherent investment story. ARK is buying a small company with both valuable crypto assets and a potential hardware play for hardened compute environments. Note this as well. Daniel 7 verses 25-27 tells us, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him." Want more information about the books of prophecy? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: "I stayed until the end." Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage us to continue bringing to you more insightful videos. Do not miss out on our future videos. All I am asking is your subscription. Thank you for joining me today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's love.